has started.
Well, this is an interesting group, and we'll talk about that in a second. Oh, wow, what a sweet angle there. Yeah, so Georgia and Lacey beat the queens of pickleball yesterday, Catherine and Anna Lee. And so they're actually they're 2-0 now.
No, they are 1-1.
Okay.
They lost to Tina Pisnick and Paris Todd in group play.
Right, that's right. They're the ones that are 2-0 at this point. And Tina and Paris will be playing against Anna Lee and Catherine later today, probably the next matchup on center court.
Nice shot there by Megan Zhang.
May have hit the line and skidded too. So if Lacey and Georgia are able to win this match, they would be 2-1. And if Catherine and ALW return to form and win, they would be 2-1. So there'd be a three-way tie at 2-1. And Jim was saying that based on the head-to-head tiebreaker and also the points, which are the second tiebreaker, that Georgia and Lacey actually have to win big in this match, get a big point differential.
Yeah, every point matters in this one. Brascia and Dizon have been eliminated, so no pressure on them. They can play free and easy. Schneemann and Johnson not only must win, they're down, I believe it's about 19 points in the point differential to Todd and Pisnick. So they need a win, and they need it by as many points as possible.
Well, but it's really going to be the differential between them and whoever's in second place, which would obviously be Catherine and.
Right, but Parento and Waters beat Dizon and Brascia very, very badly. I forget the exact score, but beat them by a lot. So their point differential is very good. Such as if they win their next match, they're going to advance, and it's going to come down to how. Obviously, if Todd and Pisnick can win, then Waters and Parento would be eliminated, which would really be something.
So the head-to-head doesn't come into play.
The head-to-head won't come into play because it's a three-way tie where A beat B, B beat C, and C beat A.
Right, gotcha.
Kind of thing. So it's going to come down to point differential. But there's a pretty good chance it's going to happen.
1-1-2.
And why are they so down in the points? What match was a blowout or?
2-1-2.
Well, it's not that Johnson and Schneemann are down so much. I think if they get a two-game win, they should probably advance. As long as they win in 2. If they win in 3, then it changes the maps.
I guess we'll see, right? It's kind of pointless to be trying to figure out.
We'll keep an eye on it later in the match and see where the points are at. But what's interesting is do you have that on your mind if you're Georgia and Lacey? Does it put more pressure on you where you're thinking, I don't want to lose a point? Does that take away from the mental toughness, the mental focus of trying to win the match? Don't worry about the score.
Yeah, I mean, I think that their focus would be on the points, actually, because, you know, that's the whole goal, is to get into the semis. Just winning, obviously, is not enough. So, you know, they've sort of got to go for it, just as if they were down in a match and things weren't working out and they needed to change their strategy. I mean, if they need to win by a certain amount, otherwise a win is technically still a loss here, right?
2-2.
Oh, nice defense there by Lacey Schneemann. We saw from the last match, Glenn, that we did of Mary and Megan. Megan played a pretty fast game. Mary was more defensive oriented, but Megan with a lot of drives, a lot of speed ups, a lot of hard shots. See if she plays it that way again.
I remember that. I mean, obviously they both had a good game, but I remember Mary having a really good first game.
She did
last time, and then they sort of struggled in the second 2 games. And it's just tough to come off the stack, you know, in that position if you've never done it. You're coming from behind your partner, and in this case, Megan's taller than she is, and the sun is now at the lowest angle it's going to be while it's still on the court. And so I think she's coming from behind her and coming into the sun, and then coming into a nice drive from either Lacey or Georgia, and both Lacey and Georgia can hit the ball with pace on their drives.
4-3-2.
A lot of smiling I'm seeing so far from Lacey, so they're having a good time out there. Georgia as well, so certainly doesn't seem like they're worried about some points deal.
Well, obviously they had to be playing pretty well to have beaten Waters and Parento.
Yeah, I haven't seen that match yet. I'm not sure if it's up on the interweb. But yeah, I would like to see what happened there. And that was in 2 games.
3-4-2.
And the tone was set on that point by a nice deep return by Lacey Schneemann. It's pickleball gold, people. Deep returns.
4-3-1.
Whoa.
Point.
That almost hit Georgia in the foot, or in the shoe, I should say, since her foot is inside of a shoe.
5-3-1.
The second ref is sitting next to me here, keeping score. And
It did not hit her.
he asked me if it hit her in the shoe.
No, she did a very good job.
And technically, I can't say anything, but I did. I said no.
Point.
I was playing in a mixed match one time in 2017, so about 7 years ago, with a gal who had very big feet. And it was a close match, 15-pointer, and a ball that went out and hit her in the toe of her shoe. Because she was out of his pocket and paid me $50 because I told him I hadn't gotten paid yet.
Hall of Famer John Gullo.
Yeah, and he should be. He should be.
Absolutely.
I mean, really, he's the father of it.
Father of professional pickleball.
Unfortunately,
And the TOC.
then the TOC. The center court, beautiful center court there. In Brigham City, Utah.
Shout out to John in case he's listening.
Big John. Big John. Hopefully he is. Yeah, I ended up going to Brigham City 4 times because I didn't realize the first year that that's where TOC was played, and then I got invited to fill in for somebody at the Brigham City Memorial one year. Anyway, that was it though. I said, okay, 4 times Brigham City. I'm not going anywhere anymore where I've got to give my firstborn child to have a beer at a restaurant.
Got a game point here for Schneemann and Johnson. This game really turned around. That's a nice lob right there. Oh,
no. I think that she just messed up the point differential right there, and that's a big mistake. Big mistake.
No point loss though. It was on their serve.
Okay.
So you get another
Okay.
game point, but a really nice lob there by Georgia Johnson.
It's not losing a point, but not getting a point. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Well, we'll see. And it did not matter.
Okay, all right.
semi-scorpion move there from Megan Dizon.
Yeah. Well, from what you said earlier, I assume that basically win 11-0, 11-0 to qualify. Now I realize it's basically you have to win comfortably. Did that go in? It must have gone in. I see Mary Brascia fans here in attendance are cheering wildly. Oh. And even pros do that little hoppity-skippity thing when they're third shot. It's a little short. Try and give a little body English to get it over the net. And as Kyle Yates once taught us, you have to blow on the ball. That's legal. Right, Jim? That's legal? You can blow on the ball? Get it
You
over.
can. Do that. You can grab your partner from falling in the kitchen. All those moves.
I
would never do that. That just teaches them that, you know, somebody's always going to rescue them from a bad situation.
We see Brascia and Dizon playing straight up here.
Mary gets her paddle out of the way there. Remember the famous shot that Mary invented where she hit the ball behind her head with her paddle and a reverse tomahawk? Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was a problem in the first game. A few too many loose errors. Brascia's going to stay on the left here, signaling to Dizon. Megan got that dink up a little too high.
She did. I remember when I first started playing. I'll tell the story in a second. When I first started playing, the first games, I popped up the ball really badly, and of course the opponent smashed it. And my partner looked at me, put his paddle between us, and whispered, "I think he likes those."
Oh, we all.
Well, that's the joke, see?
Set the record for net cords there.
Yeah, we reached our quota for game 2 already. So
I thought Georgia could have poked an ATP on the one. She had thought of it.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Players playing a pretty aggressive style here. We haven't seen much in the way of a dink point. Fun match though. Got a 4-1-1 lead for Schneemann and Johnson. They're definitely looking to close this out in 2. Oh, nice. That was a really nice shot by Georgia. Back 5-1-1.
And a lucky fan catches the ball. Thought he was going to keep it as a souvenir, and the ref came over.
Should be able to, just like baseball.
Jim, that looked more like a shot that you might hit.
Yeah, that looked like too aggressive, Jim. That was not a really attackable ball.
Uh-oh.
I guess he's looking at the court. Didn't like the bounce.
Oh, wow.
Good reaction there by Georgia. Just to get it at home. A little mini run here for Dizon and Brascia.
Yeah, this point differentials.
Long.
Second serve.
Players complain a little bit about some grit coming up on the court, slipping a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have to do something.
Rafanishik coming. We are back. A little court maintenance and starting back up.
Side out.
They didn't give these courts enough time to cure, and some of the sand, it looks like, that's added to the paint for grit on the courts is coming up. And it's been an issue since before the tournament started.
Second serve.
Good defense there from Mary Brascia. But a net cord. It's too much.
Mary will be in the singles semifinals, by the way.
Good
You know what?
power there from Lacey Schneemann.
You know what Mary's result was in the singles today?
7-3-2.
She lost to Caitlin Christian, if I remember right.
Oh, wow. So Caitlin was 3-0 in that bracket then? Colin?
Nice. Backhand ATP by Georgia Johnson. Yeah, Caitlin actually beat her pretty badly. But Caitlin got the 1 seed and Mary the 2 seed, which earns her the right to play Annalee Waters.
Oh, yeah, so that's a big seeding issue there.
Oh, Lacey had it.
And Caitlin, I assume, will play Kate Fahey?
No, Kate Fahey actually got knocked out. Paris Todd got the 2nd spot.
Wow, wow, good for her.
Yeah, Paris had beaten Kate on Wednesday, and that was the decider in that group.
Well, Caitlin Christian is playing really well. I watched her play some practice games against Kate the other day. 8-3 here. Looking good for Johnson and Schneemann if they can close this out and keep the point differential that we've talked about for them to qualify for the semifinals. Which makes sense for a team that beat Annalee Waters and Catherine Parenteau, right? You want to see them in there. You want to see a team that has a shot at playing them in the finals and beating them. So there's some mystery. Of course, Annalee and Catherine lost to the girlies, Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrabacher in the last tournament, was it? I think so.
8-3-2.
Was it wide? Okay.
Yep, just a little bit wide.
Just behind
3-8-1.
my monitor there. I'm not sure if I would have been able to tell. It's side out. Some excitement on the court next to us. There is another part of the tournament going on here. They're today using what had been a practice court, essentially for the pros, next to us. But the immediate court next to us is now being used as a tournament court, so they must have a lot of matches today.
Nice shot there by Georgia Johnson inside out. Caught Brascia leaning middle.
Beautiful.
They get the serve back here at 8-4-1.
Georgia's bouncing around out there, trying to stay loose. Might have something to do with the cold.
Schneemann's missed a few shots here. They need to convert here and close this out.
8-4-2.
And every point matters for point differential and what's likely to be a 3-way tie in this group.
And Georgia, it's contagious, apparently. Georgia's now missing a shot that she makes, as I like to say, 10 out of 9 times. 10 out of 9 times, though, that was another tribute to my old buddy Rusty, one of the guys I first started playing pickleball. He would say that all the time. So don't worry, you make that shot 10 out of 9 times. And at first, I was trying to figure out the math on that, and then I just realized he was just being clever.
Both pairs trading side outs here. Tough midcourt there.
That's a redo, right? I guess not.
No redo, did not hit the bar.
Nice shot there. Yeah, that was just a joke. Whenever somebody says sorry after they make a let ball and win the point, I'm like, so redo sorry? And they're like, no, not quite.
That's why I never say sorry.
Really?
No, I don't say sorry if I hit somebody, and I don't expect to say sorry if they hit me. If I get hit, I always say nice shot, because it is a nice shot.
That reminds me of another thing Rusty used to say.
Big forehand there from Schneemann.
He would say there's no sorries in pickleball, just in marriage.
4-9-2. Side out. Nine, 4-1.
9-4-1. Let's see if Schneemann and Johnson can close it out. They go wide. That gets us our first match point.
Match point. Ten, 4-1.
Wow. Saving the best
Oh,
for last
wow. That's a fun point there to end it on.
here. Well, 11-3, 11-4. That's looking good for John.